Okay, we are now live. So, today we have a special guest. We've got our resident alien, Bruno Gallo. We
Am
are
I?
our resident alien, yeah.
Hello. Good evening. Well,
Um,
thanks for having me.
no, thanks for joining us.
And I'm no alien, by the way, so anyone watching, I just put a couple extra hours in practice. That is all.
Which makes him an alien
Sort of.
on the score sheets. Good evening, Belle. How are you? Just give us a check. Everything sounds a bit funny today. So, is my audio coming through okay? Is Bruno coming through good? Our special guest speaker. Good evening, Albert. Good to see you. Can barely hear Gallo. Right, let me turn Gallo up a bit.
I'll bring my mic a bit closer, but audio check.
Go on and speak to our audience, Bruno.
Hello, guys. Good evening. Thanks for having me. I used to race with these guys for a long time, so good memories. And yeah, happy to be here. Have checked the race live with Bob, and excited. Let's go.
Right, so Bruno is very quiet. Right, yeah, so you might need to change in your Discord settings. Go to voice and video, and then just make sure that you've got your actual mic that you're using selected on the input device, and then turn your input volume up to the maximum.
Okay, doing this now.
And who's the first out on track? Right. Oh, it's Johnny Boy. I'll just chuck us up with Johnny Boy. In the BOP or the OP BMW. So you managed to find those settings, Bruno?
Yes, I did. It was already on maximum, so um, not sure if I can put this even further higher.
It
Voice
should
and
go up to
video.
200%, I think, and you just got to make
Yes,
sure that it's got the correct input device selected.
that's correct, mate. Both are on my headset.
Right, okay.
But yeah, I'll just try to speak a little louder and close the mic.
Yeah, that sounded a bit clearer then. Might just be like notice he chucks his microphone in the other room, I think, at times.
Yeah, that should be all right. Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me. Excited to be here. Used to race with these guys for a long time. Good memories. So let's go.
How was that, Belt? I don't know if she's listening at the moment. Anyway, we'll have a look. So, John's had his outlap. He's now on his first flyer. 4 tenths up at the moment.
I'll sit with Albert.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in with John at the moment. John's half a second up. And then I think like Binger's quite strong around here. Skill as always. Albert as always. Got GRT in here tonight as well, so he's no slouch.
Looking good this grid. I'm sure the guys are always, as always, very competitive and Bathurst is always a challenge, right? Because it's not only about pace, but you don't want to get too close to the walls.
Yeah, you almost want to kiss them, but not rip the side of your car off. So
And this game,
Geordie's actually saying in the chat that louder, Gallo, louder.
wow, I am trying. It's funny because normally it works pretty well in, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because it's just not normal in a normal chat. We've got the PlayStation sound mixed in.
Yeah, we'll keep trying. So, yeah, normally, I mean, we did check my settings and I put the volume all the way up for my input at least.
Let's just try that. I've just turned the PlayStation down a click. Right, so John's already done a 213.2. Barders is a second off of him. Albert's just
Albert
chucked his one in.
14 flat.
So at the moment, it's looking like John has spent all week setting this BM up for this. So we've got Glenn in the house, we've got Geordie in the house, we've got Bell, we've got Dazzler666 cheering on Aussie. Yeah, so Bell's saying she really has to concentrate on your voice, Bruno, when you're talking. So it is a little bit quiet. I don't know if I can...
That's a shame. I'm gonna try again checking my settings. We'll be back in just a sec.
Right, maybe I can do that.
Albert's coming hot. Almost almost a full second down. Up, sorry.
Oh, Geordie's going for GRT. Skills banged in a decent lap in the Audi. It's only 6.5 tenths off. John's just gone quicker again. Yes, yeah, Notice is now in the chat and he said he's been giving you tips on how to put your microphone in the fridge.
Let me try.
No, I think you're coming through better now. I've just made an adjustment on the capture device and then my desktop volume as well.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. If you haven't heard me before,
They're now telling me to whisper and then they'll turn the volume up to hear you.
oh, technical issues. Sorry about that, guys.
Let's see if what can I do.
Yeah, it's already everything I've got is on maximum.
Yeah, no, I've just
Volume.
made another adjustment, so hopefully that's a bit better.
Okay, cheers. Okay, Bob, I'm gonna check sit with Barders for a moment.
Yeah, no, this is really tight at the moment. Have you seen it?
Yep, 7 tenths, 4 drivers.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers, all within a tenth. In
That is,
fact, Albert and Barders are on identical times. That's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. And John, as usual, I remember, quick GT4s. And the Beamer must be a rocket down the straight.
Yeah, no, she's got some legs. Definitely got legs.
If Barders aborted his lap, just returned to the pits maybe for some fresh tires.
Yeah, so there's only... Yeah, just shy of 6 minutes left. So, yeah, if they want to get out on another run, they need to be doing it now. So who's on a flyer just now? So we're in with Skill. Let's see if he is... Oh. Skill hits the wall. I think that's his lap over. Who have we got? 86, Brian. The Porsche shouldn't be too shabby around here. Let's jump down with Brian. Let's see how he gets on.
And Bob, I'm just with Aussie Thunder. He's about to complete his lap. He's a full second up. 14.4. Good lap.
Where does that lift him up to? 6th. No, good
6th
effort.
at the moment.
Good effort. Yes, it does, George. It's not a good pickup, Bell, because it said that for the whole of this season. I spoke with someone about it a couple of weeks ago, I think, and I just thought, well, no one will notice. No one's noticed so far.
Binga coming. Is it the Ginetta?
Is he in the Ginetta? He
I'm
is.
not. Yes.
So he's got
Hero.
he's about 20 k's down on the straight. So down Conrod, he's going to be about 20. Oh, Brian's hit the wall.
240.
Brian, is he held it? How has Brian held that? If you watch this stream back, Bruno, you won't believe what I've just watched with Brian. Oh no, he's just killed himself.
I'm gonna check. So Binga got a better time, 14.3, putting him in 7th at the moment.
So it's not actually a bad time. It's just the fact that it's so compromised down the straights. So who should we jump in with?
Let me check.
Yeah, Brian. Geordie's just said Brian's carrying about 100 kilos of tin foil. He's wearing it as his crash helmet. Like it, like it.
Somehow, Binga has found 4/10. Start of the lap still, but going uphill now.
Right, I'm just jumping with him. Yeah, so this is where he will need all of his time is through, like, across the top of the hill. Because he's gonna...
Looking good.
6/10 up.
I heard that he does like this track.
He does. He lives for this track. I'm sure he's lost a lot of time there.
Ooh, shame.
Let's see if he picks it up through Forest Elbow. Get straight back on it. He's picked up quite a bit. He could do with a friendly toe down here. But yeah, Binga loves this track. He's the self-proclaimed king of the mountain. He won't take any argy-bargy from Wilco on this track. He believes this is his track, and he is the king.
Self-proclaimed, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I like
that. He refers to Wilco as the champ and himself as the king of the mountain.
Nice one. Let's see what he's got.
Right, so he has improved. He's down to a 2:14, 2:38. Let's see what the board is looking like just now.
In HSV, I think he's able to do perhaps a 13 flat. He's going well at the moment.
Is he? Yeah, so John's just started another lap. What's he? And he's up.
Sitting with HSV.
Yep, you let us know. Oh, Mills, he's got a decent time as well. So the Merc is actually pretty quick here.
Yeah, but HSV, unfortunately, hit the wall at the elbow, and he's done for this session, but still a good position in second.
Right, not bad. So what's Geordie saying?
Oh, look at that, Alberto.
Where's Albert's just?
He's jumped.
Oh, so can John do an Albert on Albert?
That's interesting. Feisty now between the two.
Yeah, the two OP cars.
So Bob, are you with
I'm sat in with John at the moment, and he's bled time, so I'll just jump out.
Albert?
2:12.8.
Yeah, that's very quick. Ooh, Albert.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I just jumped in with him.
good effort,
So is
good
that
try.
skill still on a flyer? Oh no, skills off. So I think that's it. That's all we've got, I believe. Unless Javier's got a lot of time. So he's 4.5 off. And that's where he stays. So, yeah, it looks as if Brian was trying to wring the neck of that Porsche and it hasn't worked for him.
Wow, yeah, the top speed difference is massive. Jordan just mentioned. Yeah, Ginetta 240 versus 265. The
Yeah,
Beamer.
no, that's crazy. So let's just grab a snip of that. So I've got reference for in the race.
Hey lads, good day, good day, good day. How you going? I just saw on the chat now.
Yes.
I'm a complete noob, by the way, in commentating here, just so you all know.
Yes, that is. You are 100% correct. We've got Gallo the champ with us
Gi-
tonight.
Giving a crack here, the commenting box. Looking good this grade A. Albert, John, HSV, Musi, Bades, Skill. They all look they have the pace. Obviously, the Beamer seems to be a bit OP around here tonight, but who knows, man? It's a long race. Bathurst is always tricky.
Yeah, no, it's gonna. We've seen it before. You know, if John and Albert manage to stretch their legs and get out front, that's normally where they're going to stay, barring incidents. Especially a track like this where the top end is a factor. You know, same as like Spa, you know, something like that. The top end is a factor. But it does look as if the Mercedes isn't that far off. Um, so yeah, it looks as if it's going to be an all German affair at the front.
Yes, absolutely, mate. And yeah, from memory, I've never ever had a clean race about us, that I haven't touched walls or yeah, it's a hard one. So looking forward to it.
That should be good. Right, it's just rolled into another free practice session. So I don't know. I don't know what George has done with the lobby. Need a reset, George.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I think he'll sort that very quickly. So yeah, in the chat we've got Bell, George, we've got Glenn, we have got Kamangu, uh, we've
I,
got HSV's there. Mentioned it earlier in Discord, but he might not have seen it. Quite possibly Sunday, Geordie might have been sat with a boxer goon.
or perhaps Jordy said this for John. Couple more practice sessions, Joking, mate, joking.
So yeah, notice caught on to when I was observing Brian going around, and he was saying that Brian is like driving Gymkhana, and that's more or less what it looked like. It was pretty hectic. So now Belle's beating her chest. She's demanding that Geordie resets the server. Here we go. So it's now resetting. Hopefully you change the temperature, George, just to keep them guessing. That would be hilarious. It's now raining at Bathurst.
Reverse, reverse grid raining.
So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna sort out now, but they do say don't let old people use technology. I think it may well be the case here. So why am I?
Okay, I'll jump back in.
Skill said don't do that. What, turn the rain on? That would be hilarious. So they go from 213s to what, 230s, something like that. High 220s
You would
with a
be
bit of
all over
rain.
the place.
So yeah, at the moment we've got 10 viewers. We did hit 12. We're back down to 10. Good evening. Sorry for the technical issues. We've got old people running these things. We've got an old man doing the commentary. We've got an old man doing the server. Oh, there is a temp changes there. Oh, 24 and 33. Actually, that's a slippery track, isn't it? Anything over 32, I feel it starts to affect things. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't know if they're just going to.
Okay, I'm just back.
So yeah, Bell was saying Norris didn't like the rain. Well, no. Although
You,
he was flying in the first two quali sessions, and then
he
yeah, that
was.
third one. I think a number of the drivers raised their concerns. Vettel was very vocal, which I think is good for the senior drivers to try and step in as devil's advocate and tell the race directors what is safe and what isn't. Um, and that's yeah, that was good to see him pull up alongside Norris and check that he was okay. That's like going back to the olden days where you had Senna, Prost, Mansell, all the old heads that actually did used to look out for each other. They play football, on their off weekends and all sorts. And now all of a sudden we've got this toxic environment, and some of these youngsters, I believe, are going to take it back to the good old days.
Yeah, there was that famous scenes, I guess, where I think it was Spa, if I'm not wrong. Senna pulled over for Eric Comas
He
in the
actually jumped out
Ligier.
the car, didn't he? Is
Turn
that
off
right?
the ignition. Yeah, to turn
Yep.
off the ignition for the engine. Yeah. But yeah, that one with Norris, in my view, I think he was doing so well. He felt so confident.
Yeah,
And at
maybe a bit
that very
overconfident.
run, yeah, that very run, that very time, he was raining harder, right? So I think he was the first one going through that, maybe a bit too fast in, tricky changing conditions.
Yes.
Shame, because Norris was definitely up for, looking at Russell there. So probably Norris would have fought for the pole, I reckon.
Yeah, that's what the signs were looking like. Because obviously he shocked everyone in Q1 and Q2. Um, the question is now, are they? I mean, the medical staff have passed him fit to race, but is his car going to be together? It's you know, all
Yeah,
well and good the driver being ready, but they don't turn up like they used to years ago with 3 complete chassis ready to go. They only
true.
have 2 complete cars ready, and then a massive trailer full of spare parts.
It was a busy night in the garage overnight.
Oh God, yeah. I think he'll be putting on some beers for the boys. He's a good kid, actually. I've seen him a lot. He actually does help out in the garage as well.
Yeah,
He's not afraid to pick the tools up and help out.
definitely. Not a Mazepin. That's a good lad, Norris.
Right, I think all these new youngsters coming through. I think it's refreshing. Right, so I'm assuming that everyone is just going to go back to where they were. I don't know if someone is calling it out for them, but I've got the original list up in front of me, so I should. Right, so Albert's out front, followed by John, HSV. Is that Millsy? Yep, Millsy in the Merc. Then it should be Barders, then Skill. Let's see how this goes. So where's Barders? Barders, you need to close that gap, buddy. Then Skill. It should be Binger. Yeah, I can't even change my... I can't even select a different driver at the moment. So for the start, it's going to be centered on HSV, which isn't a bad spot to be, hovering around 3rd for the start.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, Bob. I'm have the same. I cannot return to garage, so
Yeah,
same.
no. So what will happen is, as they come to the start finish line, you'll see a little message pop up, and it will say "Start sequence initialized." As soon or initiated. So as soon as that message pops up, you can then return to garage and then jump in with whoever.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, have we got anyone at the back that is usually carrying... Right, GRT's a bit further back than I thought he would have been. And he's also in the Merc, so we know the Merc does have pace from HSV and Millsy. So I wonder if we're going to see GRT and maybe Aussie Thunder even start to climb up. All they've got to be is within a sniffing distance of that Ginetta, and down Comrod, it's wave goodbye to Binger.
Yeah, it's gonna be all about whoever makes less mistakes and get a clean start as usual. And interesting to see John, because he knows Albert's got the pace, so he might try, I guess, something, maybe lap one, make a move. We'll see.
Well, that's usually Albert's favourite, isn't it? That
Yeah,
lap one moves.
Alonso style. I think Alonso is obviously his F1 driver, so
Yes.
Spaniard.
So yeah, Notice has just said his money is on John. Right, so what have we had a bet for? So we've had... Notice has said John. Who was it Geordie said? Who did Geordie pick? Right, Geordie says GRT. So GRT's back in 9th. So he's got a lot of work to do if he's to increase the fortunes of Mr. Jordison.
HSV as well. I remember from the practice session. Here we go, Bob.
Here we go. I'll leave it in Helicam actually. Right, so yeah, you should be able to return to garage now, and you should be able to select whoever you want.
Done.
Nice and steady into T1. Who's got the drive? It's looking like Millsy's got the run on John. He's got the inside. Will he roll out? Yeah, the BM's got the longer legs, so John managed to stretch that overlap back.
Nice and clean start. Looking good.
Yeah, I don't.
Ooh.
Oh! Skills kissed the wall a couple of times, and HSV has slipped up the inside.
He did, but he's back. He's on track, so that's good.
God, this is looking nice and
Looking
tight.
great. Yeah, skill. Hopefully he didn't pick up much damage there. I think it wasn't too bad.
No, I think the Audi actually fares quite well for, you know, little scrapes as well. I don't remember the Audi being horrendous in the GT4 at least. GT3, completely different story. Right, so I might jump in over Binger for coming down Comrade.
He needs the toe. But yeah, as I thought Albert would have been strong there and John would have tried, but yeah, I think the Beamer, these two Beamers will be hard for the other boys to keep up with them. But let's see, it's a long race.
I tell you what, Binger got some brilliant drive out of Forest Elbow, and he's managed to just sort of stay in the toe of Barders. So he hasn't been eaten up down Comrade.
Some of the boys are pitting already.
Yeah, so
HSV.
yeah, they might. I don't know what they'll do. It's hard to call this one because I would split this. I would split it into a tyre change at midway and just a 1 litre splash and dash later. You know, when you've got gaps to file back into.
Yeah, but interesting to see HSV pitting now. I think he wants clean air, and yeah, the strategy is playing out. Matterford as well in the pits. Clear one of the pit stops.
Yeah, so
Quite long and
HSV's
get
back
clean air.
out.
Albert's already trying to pull a little gap, and Millsy following close with John and Skew as well. Even Barders, so yeah. Looks like Barders will be sort of sitting in the midfield there in terms of pace, not too far from the leaders.
Well, it leaves him in a prime spot, doesn't it, to capitalise if there's any mistakes from up front.
Exactly.
I mean, he's in a big, heavy tank, so
Yeah. And Barders obviously is experienced, he's smart, he's probably thinking about picking up from others' mistakes and keep it consistent. Yeah.
yeah. So Bell's just said that you've gone quiet again, so we need you to eat your microphone.
Pretty much. Gonna do this now.
No, that's booming now. But yeah, if you just keep it close to the side of your mouth, we should be good.
Okay, guys, we'll iron out this for next time.
Right, so there you go. We'll just jump back with Branchy. So there is a proper ding dong going on here. Right. So Aussie Thunder has decided to get his pit stop out of the way. It was Aussie, Branchy and GRT were all on the same postage stamp. It was a proper scrap.
Bob, I just wonder what could have happened to Metaphor, because he's all the way at the back, far from the guys, so perhaps he changed tires.
Yes, so yeah, I think yeah, he may have accidentally changed tyres. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I've literally just jumped in with skill at that moment, Bell. So yeah, we just saw skill take Millsy as they were climbing up the hill. Can't remember which corner it was. He's taken a lot of curb. So yeah, I didn't check the pit stop requirements, Bruno. I didn't. I'm supposed to do this every week and have a proper look, but
Me neither, to be honest. So we're on the same boat. But I believe with the 2 stops, right, mandatory 2 stops, that's probably one change, tires change. I'll check.
right. So we're at Bathurst. It's just 2 times fuel, so no tyres required.
Oh, interesting.
So yes, I don't know why poor Madderford would have taken tyres.
Maybe it was a mistake.
Yes. But if there's calamities in the fields, he's in the best spot because he's nowhere near it. So Borough Dog has joined us as well, and he is surprised to hear our young Brazilian in the commentary box tonight.
Hey, bud. Good to be here.
So, as we said at the start, this race is just about consistency, remaining smooth, staying out of trouble.
Yes, and look at the Beamers, Bob, at the front. John closed the gap.
He has. Let's have a lap actually on board with young John. He's very calm and measured in this car actually. Lots of pedal modulation. No drastic wheel inputs. John, of course, used to race karts.
Johnny, quick Stingray.
So Albert seems quicker. Yeah, so I think these two are quicker in different sectors. And normally that is down to what they've decided to compromise with the setup.
Yeah, Binga is trying. You can see Binga closes in the tight sections in the corner, but then obviously Bardas can pull away down the straight. So tough mission for Binga.
So where is that? Yes, he's... Yeah, he could do with half a second, couldn't he? Just to sort of get the tail edge of that toe.
Yeah, at the moment they kind of maintaining the gaps. We do have the battle for P1 pretty close at the moment. I think these two will probably run together for the most part, unless they are on different strategies. But yeah, we'll see.
Oh, Sabara might come back and put in an appearance. It'd be good to see you out there, buddy.
Ibarra from the early days, this crew. Yeah, good stuff, man.
Binger looks so smooth across the top of the hill. Really nice and smooth.
John's pretty close.
Oh, we've got a back marker.
Brian.
That's Brian.
Interesting, because if they don't get him in the next straight, that will be tricky uphill. Oh, he just made, yeah, nice one.
No,
Brian.
well done, mate. Live to fight another day, my friend. Brian has, of course, got one of his pit stops out the way. He's not going to be involved in this scrap right at the front, so he's taken a sensible option and let these boys through. And from what we were watching earlier, it looks as if he was all over the place in that Porsche.
Yeah, he's not having an easy time, I guess. But interesting to see. I mean, from the guy that pitted, HSV, he's got a fair bit of clean air. So yeah, he might be on for maybe a fight for the lead, perhaps at the closing stages, but still early to say.
Yeah, HSV is one of the young lads that does try to mix it up a little bit, running clean air and see if the race comes to him later on. Instead
Yeah,
of taking like a methodical, calculated, he'll roll the dice and just go with what he feels.
yeah, that's good. I'll keep an eye on him.
But yeah, I think this battle will go on for the duration. These two
So
not shy.
the stops are only for fuel, right, Bob?
Yes, yeah. So I don't know what the tire wear is like around here in these GT4s. In an hour race, you might feel it after what 40, 45 minutes in the GT3s. You say that's about right. That's when you would start feeling get a little
Yeah,
bit slippery underneath.
that actually is very interesting to think about because with a 32 degrees track temp, um, and for the whole hour, I'm guessing it would be tricky to go in only one set of tires. So, for example, these two battling for the front, whether they change tires or not, they might be thinking about that.
Yes, no, dead right, dead right. So maybe 20 minutes, I don't know, take a splash dash or which way round would you do it if you were racing?
It's a good point, mate. Normally minimizing time loss in pits is a good way to go, of course, as we all know. But without testing the tires, I don't know if these guys tried a full stint, perhaps in practice. But yeah, normally I would try to get a sense of if the tires would last, and if it's okay, then avoiding changing tires to gain the time overall.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you're hemorrhaging 3 seconds a lap towards latter part of the race, you would probably decide to take tyres. But if you're only sort of a second and a half off of your average lap times, you would probably stick with them for the whole hour, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that's interesting, mate, because also if you think about the pace difference sometimes, you know, you can easily find a full second in a fresh set of tires.
Yeah.
And, you know, we lose what, about 20 seconds, I reckon, changing tires, 22 seconds. So could be possible to make up on track that time with changing tires. However, you'd need to rely on clean air, you know, because if you're stuck with traffic or battling, you
Yeah.
lose the time.
No, dead right. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what HSV's done, because obviously he's pitted dead early. So it'd be interesting to know if he is if he took just a little splash dash and then is going to stop sort of halfway for tyres. Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, good point. I'm pretty sure, at least for his first stop, he did not change tires because I think it was a quick stop.
Yeah, no, he was in and out dead quick. So let's jump in with Albert and we'll go on his spoiler cam. I do like spoiler cam. And Geordie's actually said he's not aware of anyone that's actually tried to test a full hour. So, yeah, they might not know what the tyre wears like at 45 minutes.
Interesting. The boss at the back, he has already done 2 stops, so going to the end now.
Right, so he is doing a long run. So that's going to be 45 minutes on one set of tyres. Or yeah, I don't know if he's just taken 2 fuel stops, so. I tell you what, these two, they're already hitting 2:13s. It was a 2:12.8 that took pole. So they're only a second off of the quali time.
Very good pace.
So have we got any other close scraps behind? Because these two are climbing all over each other.
At the moment, that's the closest. We do have Bathurst in 5th, trying to keep up with Millsy, just a second and a half in front of him.
Yeah, no, these two are nose to tail, and they have been for the last 18 minutes. I tell you what, though, Skill isn't that far off of them, though, is he?
Just about 5 seconds, over 5 seconds.
That's a good effort.
You open.
Right, who should we jump in with? Who's got scraps going on? There isn't really, is there? We've got gaps appearing because of the pit stops. So HSV has got himself back up to 8th after his pit stop. And as Bruno mentioned, he is the first of the early pitters.
Yeah, correct. Boss stopped twice already, but he's pretty far back, so yeah, I think
Yes, where is the
HSV.
boss? Boss is running number 1. So he's actually got Javier just behind him, and Aussie Thunder is not far behind Javier. But Aussie Thunder has made 1 pit stop.
Matterford is serving his second pit stop now. doing his second pit stop.
Yeah, so
Oh,
this...
he's got damage. Yeah, I just saw him in the pits now. He's got pretty nasty damage.
Oh, so's the boss. Boss has just teleported back to the pits.
Oh no.
So let's see if we can find out what happened to the boss. So the boss is... sorry. Yeah, it was the boss. So let's go to
John.
the replay.
Yep.
Let's look for
John
number
Zing.
1.
No, you go ahead, Bob. Just so you know, I'm looking at John's pit stopping now. I'll let you know how long.
So he's clean through T1.
John just leaving the pits. He was just about 8 or 9 seconds stop, so no tire change
Yeah,
for
no.
John.
So what happened to boss?
HSV right behind John.
Oh! Oh, yeah, no, that I can see why he teleported back. That was that was a nasty one. Don't blame him for teleporting for that one.
Bathurst.
So unfortunately, yeah, we've got a couple have dropped out already. So Isuzu Brian has left the building. So where's... Right, so John only just managed to come out just ahead of HSV. So HSV has been running some pretty decent lap times since he took that early pit.
Yeah, he's definitely up for the fight for the lead now, and it will be interesting to see what Albert does.
Yeah, no, I get you, Brian. That car did look like a bit of a handful around there. So yeah, Brian's joined us in the chat. Brian's watching the stream. He said he was like 3 seconds slower than the car in front, and it was, you know, painful. So he's decided to pull the pin instead of being a hindrance on the track. Don't blame you, to be honest. It's not a nice track to go around if you're being swarmed by everybody. Right, so Geordie is saying Albert was going to pit. Right. So I think Albert must have thought to himself, right, if John goes in, I'm staying out. But we've seen Albert run these before, where he does his 2 pit stops in the last 10 minutes of the race.
Yeah, by the looks of it, well, we still haven't reached halfway through, but from the looks, he wouldn't change tires. Oh, there was an accident.
Oh!
Just was it the Audi of
Branchy.
Branchy? Yep.
So yeah, let's go back to Branchy and see if he's got himself away cleanly. No. He's had to do an Austin Powers 25-point turn. Yeah, we've lost another couple actually. We're down to a field of 10 now, which is a shame. It's a shame when everyone wants a race at Bathurst, and this is what you normally see. you see a big grid at the start, and then you see everyone peeling off.
Classic.
Unfortunately, though, one of them, Binger, it's a track that he loves. So I don't know if Binger's had a DC or... I don't know if he's watching. That's a shame, because I know Binger does love this track. Alright, so Albert's going to try and stay out and stretch it because he saw how close HSV was to John.
Oh, but we have a bit of a battle going on. Javi and Aussie Thunder for P8.
Right, okay.
Oh, just Javi just going in the pits right now.
So Mayo decides to pit. We'll see how that pans out. Aussie has already made a pit though, so...
Oh yeah.
So
direction.
yeah, it's it was a on-track battle at that time, but it wasn't really for the same part of real estate. Being a pit stop apart. Oh, HSV's just kissed a wall. Oh, he's done well to hold on to that.
Yeah.
He had to make a couple of adjustments there just to keep it all in one piece. So yeah, he's ringing. Oh no, he's just hit the wall again.
So that was not good, but I think he's fine to continue. John also hit the wall exiting the elbow.
Has he? Yeah, so now it's you know, what do? You're not even at the halfway point. You're carrying damage. Is it going to affect your car? Is it going to affect your speed? Do you pit now and fix it? I mean, I wouldn't want to be compromised for any speed around here, especially when you're potentially fighting for the win, as these two are.
Yeah, it's a good point, mate. And John's didn't look too bad, but HSV probably losing a bit of time now.
Yeah, HSV's in, so HSV's going to take his medicine, get this car fixed, and then get on that run again.
I'll check how
So,
long he's...
young Albert must be rubbing his grubby mitts together at the moment. So, yeah, he's sat within the same sort of times as he was earlier. Around that 2:14 mark. Yeah, good evening, Wilco. Albert leading at Bathurst, yes. Stranger things have happened at sea.
Bob?
Yes.
HSV stop was about 18 seconds, so I reckon he maybe repaired but did not change tires.
Yep, so he's in it for the long haul now. So that's one set of tyres for the whole hour for HSV.
Tires repaired, looking good.
Well, at least it keeps him in the fight. So we'll have to see how John's lap times affected with his brush through the elbow. Yeah, we did okay, Wilco. It wasn't the greatest race. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, there was we made a lot of individual errors which sort of cost us the top 10 finish that we wanted, but a real good race. All of us were sweating. We finished 16th, up from 23rd that we started, so good 7 position net gain. We finished 3rd in the Pro-Am class. But yeah, real good fun. Real good fun.
Well, John's pace definitely not affected because he's just at a, I think he's PB 13.4, so I think he's
Right.
fine. No damage, no significant damage.
Yeah. So I think he'll just keep on going. So who shall we have a look at? Who doesn't get a lot of airtime usually? Let's jump in with Aussie Thunder. He's doing not bad there. So he's sat in 6th at the moment. Oh, he's pitting. Alright, we won't jump in with him. HSV just takes him.
How's Bathurst doing?
How's Bardas doing? Yeah, let's jump in the Yank tank and we'll see what his inputs are looking like.
I think Bathurst would have appreciated a Lambo GT4 version.
Apart from if there's rain.
Yes.
In actual fact, it doesn't look as hectic as I was expecting to see. You know, the inputs. Then again, it's not the Maserati, so...
Yep. But you can see Bathurst, as usual, you know, just consistent, doing his thing, and capitalizing on other mistakes. And I guess he's still yet to pit. The top 4 haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, top 4 currently on track. The first of the early pitters at the moment is John. HSV, of course, has got both of his pit stops out of the way. So it's going to be a cling on for dear life for the second half of the race. So yeah, Belle's given us an update as well, Bruno. She says that skills damage doesn't seem to have affected his times, so he's still in the fight.
Yeah, good stuff. Looks like everybody, I mean, all of them are trying to just do the few stops, not losing too much time in the stops.
I mean, will Albert be crafty? Will he gauge the gap that he's got and make a decision whether or not to take tyres? I don't think he can really. Skill's only 9 seconds behind him.
Yeah, I reckon, knowing Albert, I don't think he's going to change tyres. Being in the lead with a reasonable gap. We saw that HSV didn't change tyres as well.
Yeah, I think the only thing he could do is if, I mean, it would take a lot to be on top of it. If he saw that when they both hit the wall that they had a significant drop in pace for a lap or two, he could change his mind on the fly, but no, you're probably right. He'll probably leave it as late as possible.
Yeah. So HSV is doing mid to high 14s. So even, yeah, I don't think he would have been perhaps half a second close to a second quicker in a fresh set, but yeah, with the remaining time, it's probably not worth it.
Oh, Bardas through the final corner there. That's proper belt and braces. But yeah, Bardas is sat sort of high 14s and he's probably sat there for the whole race. We do know he is very consistent.
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I think that makes sense. Yeah, probably. The only thing is it's a little hot, but not too bad. 32 track temps. Yeah, probably doable. 1 hour.
So GRT, actually, George did make this call, didn't he? GRT is sat in 4th at the moment, and he isn't that far behind Bathurst. However, John has made a pit stop and is only 10 seconds back from GRT, so yeah, it'll be interesting, but yeah, I don't think the top 3 are really going to be affected by anyone else. They have sort of managed to make a run early on in the race. I tell you what, GRT is making up ground on Bathurst. Right, so where should we go, Bruno? Who do you want to see at the moment?
I'm interested now because of the pit stops deal for the top 4. Other than that, we know HSV is up for the battle for the lead. But yeah, it's a bit spread out at the moment. The only close one is Bathurst and GRT on track.
Yes, at present, correct. So we should have worked out what they lost in the pit stops, the overall time lost, because John is a whole sector ahead of HSV at the moment.
Yep. And HSV did, so I have an idea. I'm pretty sure John did not change tires, so it was about 8 to 10 second stop. HSV first stop was also just for fuel.
Yeah, which
And
was
then,
about the 8 seconds, wasn't it?
yep, and then HSV did have to, his second stop, he had to repair damage. So that was about, I think it was around
18
7.
seconds, I think you
Yes,
said, wasn't it?
correct.
Yep. So yeah, he's got a 10-second deficit. It all depends on what sort of damage John has got. I mean, his lap times aren't affected, so in all fairness, he probably won't repair it. He'll want that little cushion where HSV has fixed, and John will probably just grin and bear it.
Yeah. Looks like we lost Branchy Bell code on chat, unfortunately.
Yeah, he sat in the pits, I believe. But yeah, he might as well sit there, just pick up the points for being there. Of course, if you decide to DNF and you leave the lobby, nil point.
But Butters and GRT both pitting now, so they're
Yes.
also battling on track.
So where will this pop them out? So John's just crossing the line now. No, John's in the pits. John's getting his second pit stop out of the way. Right. Okay. So I'll jump to HSV.
Yeah, both Butters and GRT stopped similar, about 9 or 10 seconds.
Right. So yeah, that's just the mandatory fuel. Right. So yeah, they've got the same sort of gap between them. John is still static in the pits. Is he
It was a long
moving?
one.
He's
Yep.
moving. He's moving now. I can hear his car. This is going to be close.
HSV just around T1. Yes, John's ahead.
John lost some time then, because as you said, you know, if it was about 10 seconds worth of damage that HSV fixed, that gap is not 10 seconds.
Yeah, Bob, I reckon John repaired the car because it's looking shiny, brand new.
Right,
But
okay.
yeah, exactly. So kind of similar to what happened to HSV. That's why they closed on track.
Well, that was a really good call from John then. To, you know, fix the damage and get back out there. So it's all about now what young Albert is doing. Let's have a lap with Albert. Where is he? We haven't given him much airtime, considering he's been running away at the front. What does skills damage look like? I don't know actually. Yeah, we are. I should try and get a out of the car view on that, Bell. I'll just do this lap with Albert, and then we'll have a look to see if there's visible damage on skills car.
Doesn't look bad. There's yeah, there's a bit of damage on the right side. I think yeah, that's the wall he brushed, but it doesn't look too bad. The pace, however, is not great. I don't know if it was just a bit of a driving mistake, but he did a 15.5 last lap.
Right,
But
so yeah, that's about a second and a half off where he has been running, isn't it?
yeah, however, his PB is a 14 flat, so this could have been just a driving error last lap. I'll check the next lap.
Tell you, Albert has got this hooked up. He's actually on a green lap. His fastest lap so far is a 2:13.794.
That's really good.
And he's on a green lap. So he's within a second of his quali time.
Fine.
Right, so yeah, Bell said, yeah, Skill did have a little bit of an oopsie. He did touch the grass. So Albert just sticks in a 2:13.83 just for fun.
Aussie Thunder looks pretty damaged. His car right in front of Albert now being lapped, so he probably had an issue.
So it's blue flags for Aussie Thunder. He pulls to the inside. Get yourself back in the tow, Aussie. So I think with that little bit of tow that Albert had, that's standing him in good stead for this to be an absolute flyer. Let's see if Bob's commentator's curse comes into effect. And unfortunately, it's normally this man that suffers it.
Yeah, it's looking good for Albert. He's been pulling air the whole race. Most of the race. So it's just about getting the pit stops right. And we'll see. It's hard to tell now with the 2 stops difference where exactly John would be in relation to Albert. But because John did repair as well damage, it's looking like it's Albert's so far.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it does do though. It I feel that this does drag Skill into that same part of the track as HSV and John.
Good call, yep. We might have a good fight for the podium.
So what's Albert doing? Is he's staying out? He is. He's going to leave both of his pit stops to the last 10 minutes. I sort of made that call at the beginning, and it was a slight bit tongue-in-cheek, but it gives him the opportunity to look at what everyone else is doing and just go with his own call.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bell's right. I mean, skills on pace definitely. He's just done a 14 flat, so damage is not bad.
Right, yeah, so yeah, I think he is going to be in the mix. Right, so who shall I jump in with? Where is everybody? Have we got anyone? So HSV, he has slipped, what, a couple of seconds, would you say?
Yeah, he's about 3 to 4 seconds behind John.
Yeah, so when John come out the pits, it was probably only about 2 seconds between them. So he hasn't actually slipped that much. He's still in the fight.
Yes, and just behind them, Butters sort of maintained. Actually, he's gapping a little bit GRT, so looking safe for Butters at the moment in terms of the battle with GRT.
Yes. So yeah, that's extended. You can see that on the track map. That's that's what we were going to do. Sorry, Bell. Wanted to have a look. Oh, come on, cameraman. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Albert still out.
Yeah, I think Bell, the damage on Skill's car is on the right side, and it hasn't given me a view of that yet. No, that's just a mere flesh wound.
Low 14s still. Yeah, skills maintaining a good pace.
Yeah, he's going to be in that scrap, I believe, with John and HSV. What could really make it interesting is if he pops out in between them. So Aussie has now been lapped by Skill. Right, what have we got going on? Are these two boys going to actually pit? So where's... Right, so John running in third. Can't see him losing third position.
Yeah, pretty unlikely unless skill, yeah, after the stops might come out pretty close to John. We'll see, but at the moment they're keeping similar gaps and similar pace as well, between John, HSV, Butters, and GRT.
Yeah. We just heard an engine disappear. What happened there? Must have just been where the helicopter was on a part of the track that it was getting reverberated engine noise from someone else. Right, what are these boys doing? Surely. No, Albert stays out.
You out.
Skill stays out.
You out.
Crazy. Can't believe they're doing this. Because all the time that Skill stays out, Albert's probably thinking, skill pit, because then he knows what he can afford to do.
Yeah, Bob, there's just one thing crossed my mind that I don't think is the case, but that could have been. the only way to see differently in terms of the lead. If Skill is running on full tank the whole race to do just a splash and go, splash and dash, he then in 2 stops he could save maybe between 7 to 9 or so seconds compared to Albert, but that's just assuming.
Yeah, you mean like if he just takes the 1 litre, which takes, I think it's 3.2 seconds, that he's static.
Yeah, just guessing, obviously. And if Albert is doing the usual, sort of the fuel loads to run a bit lighter during the race, then he could lose some seconds to Skill. But yeah,
Yeah, no,
that's the only thing.
I would assume that, like, I've seen Albert do this before. I think he fuels it for the whole race just so he can take 1 litre and then 1 litre. I'm sure I've seen him do it in another series before.
Yeah, Albert could have also be on that, uh, perhaps, or even yeah, one of the stops because the other boys looks like they divided a little bit the fuel loads and their stops were similar, like about 8 to 9 seconds.
Yeah, possible. Very possible. So Bell was making the call that they're both going to pit in this lap. So let's jump forward to Albert. We'll watch him. Albert stays
Yeah.
out. Right. What's Skill going to do?
Yes. And Skill gained a few seconds. I think, yeah, Skill's in, coming in now.
Yeah, Skill's pitting. Right. So Albert will be in next lap. You would be daft not to.
I'll check his
This, of
stop.
course, gives the tyres a little bit of a breather, but also it gives you the nose of bringing them back up to temperature again. So you would hope that everyone's set their tyres properly for the whole race. What we got going on here, HSV is actually closing up a little bit on John. So it's down to 3.6, so he's taken 2/10 out of John.
Skill's stop was about 8 seconds.
Oh no, it's stretched out again. 8 seconds. Yeah, I reckon by the time he was stopped and he was up on the jacks, and then it took 8 seconds, or it was just 8 seconds in total.
Roughly in total. So he probably put about 6 or 7 seconds of fuel.
Right, okay. Interesting. So that would be what, 2, 3 litres, 4, 5?
No, I would say from memory, when yeah, you can put up about 10 liters, even a little more.
Right, okay. So I think these will only be using probably what, 2 litres a lap? So yeah, maybe he's gone dry and it's just 1 more litre in his second pit stop will be enough to see him through to the end. So what's that gap? Right, half a sector back to John.
Okay, Albert's in.
Right, yep. Yeah, we called that. We thought that's what he might do. So this is we're still not going to be able to call this until the last lap of the race, because what's Skill going to do? Is Skill going to pit in this lap, or is he going to do the penultimate lap?
Albert's was 7 seconds. It was a quick stop. He was probably running pretty heavy from the get-go.
Right, Skill's in for his second stop now. So I hope Albert's timed this right. He's going to have to pit on this next lap.
Yeah.
Yep. So Bell's made the call. She said, yep, they'll do back-to-back laps of pit stops. So yeah, Albert must be. Yeah, he's running some
Okay.
phenomenal pace because he's on the back of
You're just coming out, Bob?
Aussie Thunder again. Oh, he's jumped him.
Those cues come
He's
out at
done
second.
it. Yes.
Yep, very good. And his last stop was only 4 seconds, so it was probably the quickest stop you can make.
Oh, John. Remember, he's had these last-minute scraps at Bathurst before.
Yeah.
It was with HSV, and he comes second fiddle that day. He's not going to want to let skill run away. So he's going to be pushing.
I see. Very good. I mean, skill did well, consistent, and the stops were quick. And as you can see, Bob, John's repairing the car might have cost him second place.
Yep. He's 2.7 seconds behind. So yeah, if it was, what, 5 seconds worth of damage, it was enough for skill to get that jump on him.
Albert now obviously doing his second pit stop, but if everything goes right, he should come out in front.
John is chasing skill down. We're going to have 2 more laps. The gap is at 2.3 seconds. Right, so where's Albert? Still static.
Yeah, just
He's
coming
down
out.
off the jacks.
About 5 seconds stop.
He's lit it up. Yeah, and Skill's just coming around the final corner now with John in tow. So Albert, you just got to hold it together for 2 laps, my friend. And she's all yours. But what a finish to the race. You know, an hour, the field's been split all over the place because of strategies, and now we've actually got the top 4 now. What would you say?
Yeah, very interesting.
I need the timing to come up for skill. So yeah, it's about 16 seconds separates the top 4 now. All with them taking different strategies. Where did skill start? Skill started in 6th. Yeah, I suppose we've only got this lap and 1 more lap. So who would everybody say is driver of the day? Who would you give it to, Bruno?
Mate, I'm thinking Albert or Skill. Albert did really well because, you know, Paul leading the whole race, keeping it clean, consistent, and taking the wins. Well, at the moment, but Skill amazing, sort of make up the positions, you know, jumped over the pit stops. Yeah,
Yep.
very solid drive, even with some damage as well. Skill's done great. I think I'll come back to you, mate.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I mean, for me, looking at where everyone started, looking at how they've all gone, I mean, it doesn't have to be one of our front runners.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
I am actually going to go with skill. 6th to 2nd. To me, that is my driver of the day. Not taking the fabulous win away from Albert, though.
No, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Great drive from Skill. I'll have to go with Albert just because it's Bathurst, you know. It doesn't mean it's easy to stay ahead, stay out of trouble, keeping clean, you know. So yeah, solid drive there for Albert.
Yeah, no, good call, good call. So we've got one for Albert. We've got one for Skill. Geordie with his fat thumbs has said he votes for Jom. I don't know who Jom is. I'm assuming that's John. Right, so yeah, John qualified in second, is sat in third. So yet another podium for John. He's having a strong season this season.
Scoring
So,
points. Bob, unfortunately, I think we lost GRT. I'm not sure if it was a crash or something, or maybe
yeah,
he's serving.
same.
Oh, a late pit stop. Maybe it was damage.
Yeah, I wonder what that was. So I'm in helicam over Albert at the moment. He's happy. He's weaving down Comrod. Now, well done, kid. Oh, Geordie's got his wrong glasses on. It's not fat thumbs.
Not the reading glass. The other ones.
Yeah, I think he's like looking through wine glasses, maybe. He's made himself a contraption to wear two big wine
Okay,
glasses.
Albert
Well done,
crossing the line.
Albert.
Let's finish the race.
Well done, kid. The young Spaniard wins it. Skill, hard fought second. John, final podium position. HSV actually looks pretty pleased with that, and you should be, mate. No, well done. Barders in fifth. He's the only real man out there. He's the one that picked a car that no one in their right mind would have picked, and he still brought it home in fifth. And I believe that's where most of the GT4 races, that seems to be his favourite position, I think.
Well said, Bob. It is not OP cut, not nowhere near, and good effort, Bartes, picking up some good points there for the championship. Well done, Albert. Felicitaciones, y for skill as well, and John the podium.
And we're in with GRT just now. He's going to finish the race in sixth after a very late pit stop.
Well done, GRT, bringing it home all the way to the end.
And then who is still out on track? Aussie Thunder still out on track. Everyone's sat in there, so we'll wait for the board to roll over.
The
So,
driver of the day, we need another vote, or did you already sort it out, Bob? Sorry, I didn't
well,
follow.
yeah, actually, so I went with Skill, you went with Albert, Geordie went with John.
Bell,
Oh no,
decided.
or did Geordie change his mind? What, both? You're wearing glasses and wine glasses, George? Is that what you mean? So who did Bell vote for? Did Bell put a vote in? I'm thinking Skill for the
Not
jump
yet.
in position strategy, but also Albert for the strat and gap. Right, so yeah,
Skill.
Skill takes it. Skill is driver of the day and also a silver medal position.
Well done, guys. Good race.
Awesome. Right, let's just flick this over. And who have we got in? Has anyone come in yet?
Right.
Right, so we've got Skill, we've got Albert, we've got John. We have our podium. So we'll go in reverse order. So we'll start with third. And do you want to ask the boys some questions, Bruno?
Good day, guys.
How's it
I think
going, Bruno? Gallo?
good,
The
mate.
Ocean?
Johnny, yeah, good to be here, boys. Commentating, giving a crack tonight with
Oh,
Bob.
lovely, man.
Well, let's start with John. Third place, podium, solid finish, good points to the championship. However, I think the race
Nah,
didn't go as planned, right, mate? Can you talk us through your race?
it was going to plan. Like I could tell sitting behind Albert, I had some pace on him, but I clipped the wall coming on to Conrod, and it sort of stuffed up all my plans. And yeah, the rest was just trying to hold on and keep HSV behind me. Skill done good, whatever he done to undercut me, the bugger.
Yeah, well done there. Over to you, Bob.
Yes, so Skill, second position today. You've taken our driver of the day. Have you got a sentence for us this evening?
Yeah, it was pretty good, eh?
No, if anyone didn't know, Skill is actually Kimmy. He enjoys the racing. He does a lot of work for us in the background, but he doesn't like being in the limelight. But no, good race there, mate. Obviously,
Thanks, mate.
were you just holding on for your pit stops right till the end to see what sort of issues that John and HSV may have had, or was that your plan all along, just to run it all the way to the end?
Oh, I just winged it.
Just winged it.
Yeah, I just,
Where it worked for
yeah.
you, mate.
I even found I made some time in turn one. I was in the wrong gear. I was still trying to sort of learning it as I went.
Yeah, I think, I mean, every race that we've had here, really, unless we've been mucking about in the Maseratis or whatever, every race we've had has basically been in GT3s. So, yeah, I don't suppose a lot of you would have had much lapping in the GT4 cars around here until this week. But no, well done, mate. You took driver of the day and a well fought second position.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
So, Bruno, did you want to speak to Albert? Maybe you can share a couple of words in
Give it all you can.
your native language and see if it translates into Albert's. I know there's some crossover, but not much.
Yeah, there's a bit. Alberto, ¿cómo estás? Buenas noches.
Hola Bruno, buenas noches.
Felicitaciones. Well done, wait. Well done for the win there. Looks like
Thanks.
it was a pretty straightforward race. I mean, Bathurst is always a challenge, and you kept it clean. So got ahead. You got a lot of pressure from John until I think John stopped, I believe. But then you kept it clean. And Bathurst, right? If you don't clip the wall, you probably in for a good result. How was the race for you?
Yeah, it was really good, and I'm not gonna lie, much better than expected. Especially that quali lap, because I was like 6, 7 tenths from John. John, everyone knows how much he loves Bathurst and how quick he is. And yeah, I did a really good lap. And when I was going to start on pole, I changed my strategy and I filled the car up because I just wanted to keep John behind and see what happened. And yeah, at the end it worked out pretty well. When John stopped, I saw he was not in traffic, but HSB just behind him. So I decided not to stop because I thought I was going to be in traffic as well. And yeah, at the end it paid off. So yeah, very happy.
Well done there, mate. Well done there.
Thank
Bob,
you.
just before I finish, back to you. A question for you guys, John, Skill, and Albert. Have you ever thought at any point changing tires was, or that was always out of the plans? Just the fuel stops.
No, mine were pretty
Yes.
good.
Yeah, that was out of the picture for me. It was just
Yeah,
real.
same. For 1 hour, yeah, no plans in previous days, unless I had a big crash or something. But yeah, no.
Cool.
But
We
in
wonder.
saying that, real gutted because Albert's beat me on home soil. Like that was where I was looking to get a championship lead, the cheeky bugger. But
Yeah,
yeah, well
probably
done, mate.
the
Hats off to you,
the
mate.
first ever Spaniard to win in the mountain. So
Yeah, well done, mate.
I
I think
expect a good reception back at home.
accomplished that feat, mate. Don't get too cocky.
Yeah, I
Well
think
done, boys.
Wilco will be giving you some stick for beating the boys on their home soil. But no, brilliant racing today. Thanks for joining us tonight, Bruno. It's been a great night, actually. Brilliant racing. Lovely to have you with us in the box, and hopefully you'll join us again at some stage.
Yeah, good to hear your voice again.
Cheers, boys. Yeah, I miss racing you guys.
You too, mate.
Yeah, we need them
Cheers for
all to get
jumping on, Gallo.
PCs now.
And cheers for the race and everyone tonight. Cheers for streaming, Bob.
No worries. No, it's great joining you boys every week. And I'll bid everyone good night, and I'll close the stream down now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone that's still tuned in, and we'll see you. Actually, sorry, I'll be a good boy, and I'll tell you where we are next week.
Suzuka, GT3.
So
Congrats tonight, Albert.
yeah,
And
Suzuka
Skill. Thanks for the
GT3.
racing. Take
Thanks,
it
mate.
easy, fellas.